Hello, everybody. We found out that Rollo was missing, and then we made a new friend named Beck. Got into a fight with Iggy, and found out this mysterious ooze was making things age a lot quicker than normal. And we also found out that Rollo was found, and that is where we left off.
Our harvest awaits. Luka took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran, I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Did that coyote lie to us? Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo. Oh my gosh, what if Gran also went missing? Heck no. Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Oh, this wasn't a... Oh my god. It turns out Rollo is safe and sound. Was he trying to get us to leave? Oh, that sneaky
Luka was
dog.
alone. The house was empty.
So Grant's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. Oh no. He's gonna wake up and find out that Grant is not gonna be
Luka was sitting
here.
by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luka hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luka's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luka closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. "The wrong choice.
Oh.
But I respect it." The pond began to freeze over. "Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right." Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luka scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
"Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luka grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. "That's the thing about fishing, Luka." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out." A shock of searing cold ran up Luka's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luka tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. "Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
Oh, that's scary. Oh my gosh, I would have abandonment issues if I
Luka's
was
eyes
Luka.
struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luka. Rollo, is that you? Luka. There. Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luka, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down
Rollo's
here.
voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in... For now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Oh, what did I say? Her? No. Trust. He's... Hold on, someone's
The
coming.
signal went silent.
The signal went silent. Oh, crap. She already said that. Rolo? Rolo, where are you?
Luka held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rolo's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna. He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luka grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Hook up the walkie-talkie to the radio in the treehouse. You didn't notice that your grandmother is not back home?
Luka heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Oh, okay. So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right, you can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Heiress Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How is Luka holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Oh, what? Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Oh. Gran? Why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Oh. Hey, Luka. Oh, she's so cute. She's a bat. Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Does that mean... Okay, a little off topic, but does this mean that she can fly, though? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver. It seems. She was either furious or terrified. Or both. Luka, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? No, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See ya, Luka. Very suspicious. Oh, something. I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
I can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quiet. Memorable. Oh, quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. They didn't see me standing behind him. Rollo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rollo. Mr. Kerr said you were all right. What happened out there? Oh, dang it, Rollo, where are you? Oh gosh. Who's there?
Luka could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
Is it Beck? We've got weapons in here, so you better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons. How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luka's throat.
Who are you? What? You don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore. Is this Eggy?
Luka stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luka.
Oh, it is. I'm a monster. Oh. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luka reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luka slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second and I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luka saves the day with his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through Weep Wood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luka. Rollo? It's not safe, Luka. Rollo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luka, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the... Oh. Stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. Oh. Pete and Toby. What did I tell ya? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Oh my gosh. Crap, they found me. Luka, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. Oh, that's scary. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. I thought Pete or Toby was nice. Be down in just a second. Of course. We have a problem. Luka, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them. And yeah, you were right. They are saying the same stuff, but with creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luka, what do we do?
Luka grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luka and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though, we're here to help. Help? Then why were you chasing me? Luka, can you talk to some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luka. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luka. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place, resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luka. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face... Wait, what? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luka's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luka. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luka. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luka's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luka?
We're fighting.
Luka drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luka summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. Oh, that made everything worse. Hey, that was uncalled for, more than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. Luka, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luka looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Let's just go back to here then.
This is a story about struggle. Luka could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luka swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luka was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3.
Oh, wow.
Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the
Went
breakfast
all
table.
the way back to chapter 3.
Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Rolla had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. Okay, so this went all the way back to when it was just me that went and checked out the warehouse by myself. I set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver and at the bag and wag. Deliver jam to Mr. Tolliver. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. Okay. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed? He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Deliver jam to Mr. Nuncreed. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now while the day is still young. Okay. Isn't this the jam? Do I have the jam? I guess I'm gonna assume I have the jam. Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Okay. Oh, it's so nice to see Rollo. Sorry about yesterday, Roxy. It can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rollo, I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Oh, is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Huh. Oh, okay. Okay. Meet me at the mission control. Roger that, Space Cadet. For a second, I was like, wait, does the treehouse not exist anymore? Oh, man. Don't like that place. Wait, where is this diner? Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luka, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luka for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Unusually, Juniper drops those off herself. Oh. I guess she's busy today.
Luka handed the jam to Mr. Nuncreed, and he nestled it with both hands.
Well, I'll just have to finish this batch off quicker than normal. You tell her to go ahead and get started on my next order. You got it. Man, leave her alone. Get a hint. Okay, so...
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Okay, his name's Hiram. Hello? Eat.
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes, the jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luka a little wink.
What? I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. Okay. Creepy. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice cream? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do you keep somewhere cold cold? Look, Bert, do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Kids. Oh, we could go in here?
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Shopper Valentine. Young Shopper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Shopper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Shopper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Riverfence Fund.
I see. That was unhelpful. Okay, y'all. Where is this? Oh, there was a whole nother place here. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Luka, what's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
They got you on jam delivery, eh? Yep. Hey, Dawn, have you noticed anything weird around town lately? What sort of weird things? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building? You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So what's going on? Can't say quite yet. I still need to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, I came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest, and the other's working for Harris Valentine. And the Valentines represent Beacon Pines' past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. That is bad, I believe. Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at you.
She leaned forward and pinched Luka's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your grand not feeding you? She is, it's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron, taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Oh. I got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luka shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Looks like I'm your last delivery. I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see Juniper. You tell Gran hello for me, Luka. Will do. If I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure, sorry to bother you. I wonder... Oh, it's just that... Oh, he wants to talk. Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being your mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. Oh, you're just being so honest to a child. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. For our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it will be great. Dang, he looks so unhappy. I wonder if he knows about all that suspicious activity happening. Hey, you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? Okay. What just happened? Well... Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh. Oh, and what is your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luka. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luka Van Horn, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona. We're Beck's parent. Oh.
Beck gave Luka a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Okay. I have less friends than 5. It's hard to make friends sometimes. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. Well, Nellie means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luka, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Dang, Beck is so forceful. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is the little cottage next to that big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late, or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. Okay. What happened to meeting Rollo at the tree house? Good morning, Gio. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival's coming up. The festival? Old man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. Cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's perennial harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine company and this new perennial harvest outfit
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Whew. First time seeing him. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing. I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really, the Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. And what a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Oh, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luka? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luka finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair.
Well, they had pizza. Probably with pineapple.
The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So, Luka, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck Manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh. Your dad. Oh my gosh. I think we can assume what happened to him. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luka's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luka, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally, we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck. I'm sorry, Luka. This move has us all a little tired.
Luka wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luka a swift kick under the table.
Ow. I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water in an increment on the ground.
Luka glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luka, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. Oh, some tension. You swore you didn't.
Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luka, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rollo soon.
Luka glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luka wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luka turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Rumble.
Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luka surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for
At
it.
that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Oh, I'm stuck here then. Luka, Nelly will keep trying to reach her gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Oh, that's fun.
Luka squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luka adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luka wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Yeah, weird can be cool. Oh wow. Rolla and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luka flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boomies. You wouldn't believe this stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here it's all farm reports and static. Aw, shucks.
Luka bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flower. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. They must make a lot of money then. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Oh, okay. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luka, can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, didn't that hurt? She's badass. I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like even when people are around? Well, Rolla can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luka took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? Oh, that's sad. I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little, Dad, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I've figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something, anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luka let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little bit better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival. Sounds good. Luka, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luka a light thump on the arm before heading in.
It's actually kind of ironic just because I choose his fate.
Chapter 5.
Oh shoot, should we go back? I want to see all of the charms, so...
Friendly feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luka felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rollo.
Dang.
But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend.
Okay.
Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luka told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Okay, we're finally going to the treehouse. Oh, it's Dawn, I think? Hey, Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The documents stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lure. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all of this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luka. Oh, it's glowing! I can't pick it up, though. Ooh, man. This lady is still reading her book. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice cold anger. Heavens, this is no time for fractured friendships. Yeah. Does this mean Rollo's mad at me? I'm sorry, it rained. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Oh my gosh. The word harvest just seems bad now. Rollo, are you still up there? Oh, he's mad. I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back, never.
Luka had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. Oh, what? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luka. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's
Luka stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. Oh no, he's getting jealous. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were all making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. No, don't say that. What does that even mean?
Luka became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word, 'cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luka. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa... Oh, you did not!
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
Yeah, you did.
But it was too late.
Luka, Good night, Rollo. Oh, no. Dang it. Sad.
Luka dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rollo. What a jerk. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Aww. Poor thing. It's okay. Luka?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through the breakfast. Luka, are you alright? I'm fine, just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luka just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Rollo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. I just like kicking this thing around. I wonder if I get a charm out of it. Probably not.
Luka dozed off again.
Luka? I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Oh. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'll do you some good. Noted.
Luka still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Oh, am I supposed to kick the ball up there?
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luka carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luka keep it at his house. Luka wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luka's more often. Whatever the reason, Luka didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luka lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luka? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck. Well. She said you met yesterday. What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh? She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. Dang, how much time to pass. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luka had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luka stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luka's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luka held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luka peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
Oh.
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luka could see small shadows moving in the burning city.
Another nightmare.
People. Luka leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luka's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luka's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luka staggered back. You aren't me. Luka felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luka watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luka watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luka felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luka woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luka rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luka with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But you said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Aww. Very true. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luka gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. Yeah. Everything's better with food in general. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luka. I love you too. Aww.
Luka took a deep breath.
Okay. That's exactly what he needed.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luka's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luka emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Yepers. We gotta find Rollo. Luka, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Oh, Roxy, I don't. It's a riddle, Luka. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luka looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. Aww. Sweet. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever is it that went down between you two, squash it. Does this mean the treehouse? Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the gift of... Oh, okay. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an exuve. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any Oh. I wonder if it's because of that goo. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. and the perennial harvest festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy. And this season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd rather just be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Same, Fits. I love me some lemonade. I can't speak with them. Ain't moving. Every single time. Yep. Wait for it. Oh. Unexplained sound once again noted. Oh, that's like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Oh, I'm glad Iggy is back to normal even though he's a bully.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luka with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Okay, let's find Rollo. Did you hear? After Mr. Kurz gives his big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck. Okay, let's see if I can catch any more things. Ooh. Yeah, we have a lot
Tied
more.
a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
We got a lot more charms. Key? Where do you think the lock is for this key? Now, why would we want to find that? Because then we would know the secret. Yeah, that's no fun. The second we know what it unlocks, it just becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Cool. Very true.
Luka stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway.
They do. They get dirty so fast. But I loved them as a kid. Should we give it to Mom? She likes jewelry. That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. But I'm not sure she'd fully appreciate a pawn bracelet. Aw, he's so little, Luka.
Luka wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey, you never know.
It's got a bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. We regret to inform you that your application for property rights with respect to the Beacon Pines CBD and surrounding area has been rejected. Who is that for? Applicant Valentine Estate. Good.
Luka placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Ooh. A bottled note. Malice 80 proof. Oh, 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. My mind went somewhere else. Best leave that be. It takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around.
Luka wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. This man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Well, I think that was it.
Luka placed a sink. Sometimes
Nope. We will be back when we get more. Oh, Rollo's not at the treehouse. Does that mean he's at the library? Most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about the perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Okay, lady, tell me what's going on. Oh, I can't. Oh my god, I can't even talk to her. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying? I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luka, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Oh, very suspicious. Mayor, are you in on this? The library is somewhere quiet. Hey, Luka.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. Oh, there's more? The first. Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Farpule, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luka eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. When the fifth king dies... The words I emphasize are important. On planet Farpule, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. Fifth issue.
Luka grabbed natural photography. Luka grabbed the modern science. Luka grabbed The Adventures of Hank. Luka grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
Ah, you found
Kato
it.
removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luka's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed: The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luka clicked his tongue with recognition.
I'm actually impressed that I figured that out. Normally it takes me a little bit. Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart. Grifting Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then? Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Okay, so gotta go back. Hey, Griffin. Did Rollo come?
Before Luka could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Aw. Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Luka shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rollo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's just...
Luka tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth.
Ew.
He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain up the step.
Luka finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing. Near the fountain up the step. So up here. There you are, Luka. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. Good luck, Luka. The rocket at the treehouse? Oh! Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned this.
Rollo sheepishly handed Luka the balloons.
Aww. So sweet. Thanks. You didn't have to go all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you have apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luka, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rollo, still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. Oh, don't say that, Rollo. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luka. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luka threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rollo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. Oh, so touching. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Yeah, it kind of was, wasn't it? When we tried to shoot it. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luka an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luka, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you.
Oh no, this sounds bad.
I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luka folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. Such a beautiful friendship. You know, you really didn't have to go all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. And after I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rollo.
Luka was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Oh man, we missed the fireworks.
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Oh my gosh. Oh no!
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable
Oh my
chill.
god, this is so sad.
Before they could react, it encased them in ice. 2 boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end.
Wow. At least they were together and they were happy.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Yep, we are. Okay, so let's do this one where we left off with Beck.
began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure you can meet Rolo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him about.
Luka stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Oh, this is a much better...
Luka saw Beck skulking by the gate.
This is a much better outcome. So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hi. That's Eris Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you return that suit in working order. That's the mayor, isn't it? Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. I'm just worried about your part in this, and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
No! Not Gran! Family.
A chill ran down Luka's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luka looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
My gosh, you guys, this is too good.
Chapter 5. What big ears you have. Luka sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Oh my gosh, I did not see that coming. Well, I guess Gran was suspicious. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not
The
worried.
clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you will know it. Absolutely. If you would just sign here, acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my internal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luka, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luka. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Does this lady have anything to tell me? The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. The question is the figure intoned. Are you prepared to live with the truth? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Could have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair, and we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr lopped his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh, good night, Mayor Valentine. Suspicious. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo? He's Rollo. Not particular helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy, he's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the fall harvest. It's been damn time you tell me what this fall harvesting is. It's a kind of long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since perennial harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels, one town over for a week, while they decontaminated the groundwater. We better get going. Interesting. I hope he doesn't get mad again. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Luka, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Jeez. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Okay. Again. Oh, it's moving this time. Shoot. Dang it. I'm not even really aiming, honestly. I'm just throwing it and hoping it hits. Come on. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to aim. There we go. Where do you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk? Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luka, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, Luka, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luka sucked in a long breath.
Like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. No, it was your grandma. I think. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang, that's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Eris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So, let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Eris Valentine. Pretty much. I'm begging to think this town is kinda awesome.
Rollo and Luka shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luka, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luka gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could have said the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luka, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6.
Okay, guys, I think I'll call it there. It's getting pretty interesting. We found out that Gran is part of this whole thing. I didn't see that coming. Really, I didn't. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.